So I'm here with Mandy. Mandy from WTF Do I Do Now? You may have heard of Mandy. She's doing some amazing work coaching women, helping them to leave abusive relationships. And I am now meeting Mandy for the first time here in Byron Bay.
Yeah.
You were in Los Angeles and now you're in Byron Bay.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
That's a great question. I don't know. I just wanted to change of scenery, change of life.
Mm-hmm.
After going through what we're going to talk about, I was just ready for change. I wanted to explore.
Yes.
Yeah.
And apart from the fact that Byron Bay is one of the most beautiful parts of the country, what is it that drew you here?
I went to Bali and I was meeting a lot of Australians, and all the Australians, like, if you like Bali, you're going to like Byron Bay.
Yes.
I like the creativity, the natural, the I don't know. It's
Turning into a tourism promotion, but it's okay. I love Byron Bay too.
Yeah, I've just heard it's a great place for a lot of backpackers to come through and meet people from around
Yes.
the world. So it's like, yeah, that sounds great.
Apart from your little travels, you really have had quite the personal journey as well,
Yeah.
Mandy. Would you like to talk about your background, your history, and what led you to doing the work that you are doing now?
Yeah, so should I just jump into the
Jump in,
relationship
why not?
experience?
Yeah,
So
let's go there.
Yeah, let's dive in. I was living with a guy who I thought was like my Prince Charming, you know, the most perfect man. And then I discovered he was hiding a secret porn and sex addiction. Specifically found out he was getting a hotel room with a porn star, was hiding like a whole secret life. He was on polyamorous dating apps. He had another girlfriend who lived in a different state. Like, it was like a full blown, I don't even want to say like it was an addiction. It was also abuse.
Addiction's a bit easy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
addiction is like, I think
couldn't
it's like,
help it.
yeah, it's like,
Like
oh,
you
it
didn't
was
make any
control time.
choices, yeah.
Exactly, yeah, it was abusive behavior. And so, yeah, that just really destroyed me. It's as it would, as it would, yeah.
Tell us how you first made that discovery and what was your initial reaction?
I went through his phone, and I think every woman, if you ever have a suspicion, you should always go through their phone. That your gut intuition is telling you something for a reason. I ignored my gut intuition for over a year because he was so good on pen and paper. Like, he was so, everyone in my family loved him, my friends loved him, like, he treated me so well.
How long had you been together?
2.5 years.
Okay. And you'd never felt any reason to not trust him until this moment?
No, there were other,
Must
like,
have been something that led you to
there were,
looking through the phone.
yeah, even after like the first year of our relationship, I found out his ex was in the picture longer than she should have. So like, I already caught him lying about something, and so trust was something that we were already working on. And then it was something we worked past, but then sex started to become an issue. Even from the beginning of the relationship, like, we wouldn't have sex that often, which I thought was weird. Like, there was no like honeymoon phase where, yeah.
He would have made an excuse, or
He would make excuses. He'd
tired.
be like, "Oh, I'm tired," or "I had a stressful day at work," or like, he'd be like, "Oh, our time schedules don't work out. Like, I'm tired from surfing." Just, it was always an excuse, and we would get in arguments about it. 'Cause, like, I feel like you don't want to have sex with me. Like, this is weird. Like, I feel like you don't want to be intimate with me. And he'd be like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I'll try to change sometime." Sometimes it was just, the sex was just weird. There was just something off about it. But I was like, okay, maybe this is like the one issue in the relationship, and I'll look past it. And then there started to be times where he couldn't get hard, and he'd be like, "Oh, I just watched porn earlier today," and I was like, You're not having sex with me. You're choosing to go watch porn instead, and now you can't get hard. Like, why? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with my body?
And you didn't think that would bother you when he said that?
When he said it, he was drunk, to be honest.
Okay.
So it kind of like slipped out, but I need to hear that because it's got my head started spinning about porn. I was like, interesting. And so we would have talks about it. I was like, this needs to stop happening. Like, you can't choose to watch porn like me. It makes me feel bad. I'd rather have you be with me. Like, just asking for respect.
Yeah.
And then I caught him a few times, like, watching it after he'd already promised to stop, and it would cause fights, but I would just forgive him. He would always come up with an excuse, like, "Oh, I didn't think you'd be around today to have sex. I was really stressed with work. I just, like, need a quick release." Anything. And so, yeah, after a while, just things started happening in the relationship. Like something doesn't feel right. My gut intuition kept getting louder. The night I went through his phone, earlier in that day, I heard him pick up a FaceTime from someone, or like a phone call, and he was like, "Oh, hey, you," and like this really flirty voice.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's so weird. And then he left our apartment. I was like, why would he go take a call? I don't know. I just knew, like, that was the moment where I was like, I'm pretty sure he was on the phone with the girl. Something's going on.
Right.
And then later that night, I went through his phone and saw everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was your reaction when you saw how many other women he was involved in? And you said a polyamorous group as well?
Yeah, so I didn't find that out until like months after.
Right.
So what I found out the first night was that he was getting a hotel room with a porn star. They were sending news to each other. They were sexting. They were anything you'd imagine someone would be saying to a porn star. That's what was going on. Mm-hmm. And he kept talking about his other girlfriend named Jess. My name's Mandy, obviously. And I was like, "Who's this Jess?" Something just felt off. I left that night. I was out of the relationship. Never saw him again. But months later, there's this Facebook group, and someone posted about him in it. It's basically just like to warn other girls about a man.
Yeah.
And then from that, I like commented on there, being like, "Hey, this is my story." And then all these girls reached out to me, being like, having screenshots of their conversations with him, like while we were dating, with the timestamps and everything, of him like soliciting threesomes, of him saying he was into voyeurism, of him with this other girlfriend named Jess who lived in Vegas, who would like send him these girls. It was, yeah.
This is the man you thought you were going to marry.
Yeah, this was like, if anyone, like all of my friends and family, right, he's the most perfect man. He's charming, he's funny, he has a good job, he's social, he's, now I know, probably a narcissist, maybe, I don't know, or just an abusive man, but it doesn't matter like what he's classified as, the fact that he did it. So yeah, I would have never, ever, ever in a million years thought he was cheating in real life.
Wow. And what did you do after that? Did you confront him straight away, or?
I confronted him straight away when I found out. He denied it. He was like, "Oh, someone must have taken my phone. That wasn't me." So we were literally on dates all day that day. Like, we were together while he was doing this. Got into a huge fight, huge argument. The police were called. It was like a whole ordeal. My upstairs neighbor called the police because they hear me like screaming, hear him yelling. I left that night, and then just like the next few days, weeks that we're in contact as I'm trying to like move out of our apartment, he just lied. He was saying like, it was a one-time mistake, I'm so sorry, like I'll never do it again. Like he would try to beg for my forgiveness, like I hurt the person I love, all that. And then I had to find out through like this Facebook group and all these other girls who were sending me screenshots that even throughout those weeks after he'd been caught, he had still been lying.
So that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And you've come a long way since then. What helped you to recover from that shock and discover a whole new life? What steps did you have to take to move on from that very distressing and life-shattering experience?
Good question. Everything had to change. Like literally who I am now to who I was then is completely different, but therapy helped a lot. Like working with a professional, working with a coach helped a lot. Mindfulness, meditation, breath work, like learning how to regulate my nervous system, like understanding how trauma impacts our brain and impacts our body, and how to actually like release that trauma. That was huge for me.
But you ended up with PTSD, didn't you?
I was diagnosed with PTSD, and so that really messed me up. So learning how to like regulate your nervous system was really how you get through that, like how you help like the triggers, the overthinking, the ruminating on the past, everything. Like it just eats away at your brain all day, every day. The feelings of unworthiness, the feelings of inadequacy, the feeling like you can't trust men, being afraid of men, like everything. Like it literally impacts the entire way you view the world. So that was really hard, and it was just taking a lot of like micro changes and throughout my day being like, how can I show up for myself? Like journaling all the time, learning how to stop panic attacks. Everything.
Did you start WTF Do I Do Now, and what was your purpose with launching that little enterprise?
Yeah, I started my podcast first. That was on March 10th, so a little over a year. And so when I had gone through my betrayal, 2 months after, one of my best friends went through the same thing with her husband. So I was like, okay, maybe this is happening to other people. And then like a month after that, one of my good friends from college found the same thing with her fiance, who had an entire like secret life through his phone, soliciting sex work, everything. And that started to get me thinking, like, okay, maybe more girls are going through this, but like not many people are speaking up about it. So I just started like researching about the porn industry, came across Collective Shout, finding the new drug, just like started like trying to like understand, like, because I myself hadn't watched porn, like I wasn't a porn consumer, so I didn't really understand it. So I started researching it, and I was like, wow, like there's a lot going on. And so I wanted to create my podcast as just a safe space for like other women to know that, like, hey, if you're going through this, you're not alone. You can heal from this. And then that led into there being so many women who were going through it, and that led to me like wanting to coach women through it and start a business that's actually like, help women heal. Because I don't know, you can like read books, you can listen to podcasts, but like it's so different to like actually learn the tools to overcome it.
Yes it is. And what do you find in the stories that women tell you? What are the sort of the common elements, and how hard is it for women to accept what has really happened and the need for them to make a pretty radical change, do you find?
Yeah, I will say most of the stories, like of course every story is different, but they're pretty much the same. It's that he was this perfect guy, that he treated her so well, that he's their best friend, they have such a good relationship, but he keeps watching porn, and she's confronted him and he says he'll stop and he doesn't stop. And then it's usually the girl giving multiple chances, the guy doesn't stop. It's usually the girl being like trying to find him therapy. It's like the girl trying to put in the effort to make him actually change and stop. Which I think is such a red flag. Don't do that. I've never seen a man change after giving chance after chance after chance. It's just the woman having to choose to walk away. I just see so many men not actually put in the effort to change, and women just forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive, and then they get diagnosed with PTSD from all the betrayal.
Well, you found a new life, Mandy. You found a new life. How good is it?
It's so good. It is so good, and that's why I have such a huge stance on leave him. Like, the life I have now would have never been possible had I not chosen him. Like, I live in a different country. I started 2 businesses. I've traveled to so many countries. I have amazing friends. I have so many new hobbies. I have such a strong relationship with my family. Like, I have such a better support system. Like, my mental health, my physical health, like everything is so much, like every single area of my life improved when I healed and left. Like that's, and the women I see who are struggling the most are the women who stay. And they just, I have so many women who are like in their 40s, 50s, 60s who are like, I have spent a decade doing this with a man. It doesn't get better. And like, you can't bet on him. You can't put your hope in him that he's going to change. Like put the hope in you, like bet on yourself. And just leave. And God forbid, say you leave and you regret it, which I've never met a woman who regrets it after a year. You could always go back to him if for some reason you really regretted it. But every time I talk to a woman, their regret is, I wish I would have left earlier. After they hit that 1 year mark, it's like I don't get why I stayed for so long. You just have to go no contact, and like it gets so much better.
That's great. Well, all the best, and welcome to your new life. And enjoy it here in Byron Bay. It's been a pleasure hearing your story, Mandy.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
So nice to be here.
Thank you.